up, Patriots? Tough time uploading today. I have videos that I've been trying to put on my main channel, and I don't know what's going on. How's the audio? Jesus H. I think I'm live. This better? This should be better. I don't know what's going on, folks. I've been trying to I have three videos on for my main channel. I'm not going to be uploading on this channel for this content. All right, cool. Sorry about that, guys. I just want to talk about New Zealand for a second. Obviously, I saw the video, and I don't care who you are, innocent women. I don't care who you are. Anybody innocent should not be hurt. Period. New Zealand, they're taking away the guns. The video's already made for that, but that's not what this video is made for. Again, folks, innocent people that got hurt, injured, affected, yeah, I feel bad for them. Let's talk about the mosque, shall we? 2 men that we know of. This is just one story, guys. 2 men killed in a 2013 drone strike were, quote unquote, radicalized at the Christchurch Mosque. Again, these are 2 separate topics, right? I'm not trying to mix both, but you know, the truth, we need to know about everything. The truth. So in 2013, the United States did airstrikes in Yemen. 2 Islamic militants were killed in a U.S. airstrike in Yemen in 2013. The parents of one of the men claimed he was radicalized in the Christchurch, New Zealand mosque that was recently terrorized by the 28-year-old scumbag. What just happened? Let me guess, Drone Man. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Having a problem with YouTube today. Yeah, correct, Mr. Berger. Podesta was, yeah. But nobody's really talking about this. Again, guys, they're two different topics. I'm not saying what happened was right, obviously. For the record, I probably said that 50 times, so I just said it for 51 times. I just want YouTube and everyone to be clear. But we know the truth about this mosque. Terrorists are coming out of this mosque. Again, guys, 2 different things. I'm reading the comments. The parent of one of these terrorists came out and she spoke on BBC News. So it's not speculation, you know, it's not, and that's just what I found. I found one other article, Indonesia alleged terrorist that came out of this Christchurch mosque as well. That's not in stone as much as this article that I just read you guys, because again, the parent spoke on behalf and said this child was radicalized in this mosque. and we're not hearing anything about this bullshit. How about Bob? You mentioned Podesta was there at the same time. How about this? I'm not going to say his name. The terrorist who did the shooting at the mosque. How about all his travels? Where did he get the money to travel the world? That's another question. He traveled. This gentleman, he saw the world. Yemen ties. Again, I don't know. I don't want to put speculation out there, folks, but there's a lot of issues I see. It just doesn't pass. It just doesn't pass the smell test. But I guess the videos show that's definitely gonna have been stated. Life threatened 10 years for prison. Because New Zealand, she's a nut. She's a nut. She's punishing every single law-abiding citizen. All 13,000 AR style weapons. She's punishing, and she's taking 13. It's approximately 13,500 AR. And AR doesn't mean, it does not stand for assault rifle. It stands for Armalite. So when you have the mainstream news saying these are weapons of war, no. It's a one pull, one. They don't know what they're fucking talking about. I met him, I'm crazy. What does that mean? I met him, I'm crazy. How are you, Brie? Nothing is what it seems. Not sure the moon. 100%. We have correct. You said it correct. Our whole reality. We're lied to our whole lives, folks. The sun's fake. Possibly flat Earth, and we the people have to be journalists. There's no more turning on the news and the news giving us opinions, and then as free thinkers we can choose for ourselves. The fake stream, they give you propaganda and lies. So that's how life is in 2019, unfortunately. Now we're off topic, but hey guys, I work for you guys. YouTube, fuck YouTube, they don't pay me. You guys pay me. So I'm reading comments. How could the moon be man-made? China's making a moon right now. Look it up. I did a video on it. China also they invented a plasma sun that's 10 times hotter than our real sun. So, and this is not speculation. This is it's all out there if you don't look it up. What Zoe says, what's nothing I'm in the sky is natural. What am I reading? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just elaborating because I'm feeling salty from being fed lies all my life. Correct. Me too. That's why I have this platform. Prior to having this platform, I had zero social media, but we're being lied to about everything, about our weather, everything. Everything we know, everything to be isn't. Oh, Darlene question everything. Correct. I love how you guys get, not when I say you guys, some of you in the comment section, you guys get so butthurt about truth when it comes to geoengineering and the sun, and how could this be? How could that be? You get so fucking butthurt. It's called do research and stop being a troll, or get the fuck off. We don't have the answers to everything. We're critical thinkers. We don't need the government to tell us how to think. Go to NASA. You troll, go to NASA. What is truth? Nature. Go in the woods. Your dog, your pets. That's truth. Some people, once in a while. Howdy, howdy from Texas. Susie. Darlene. Transcending FFs and back to 0 point. Yes, my name is Andrew. Mikey Tyler, how are you? Miss Louis Durant, 2 other FFs in country. Well, there was a Dutch shooting. What was it? The same day? It was the 19th of March on a train. 3 people shot. Silence. I guess you gotta wear a burqa. Nothing about that. Amy, NASA lies. Never a straight answer, Amy. It's funny because Hitler, right? The Jews. Who do you think started NASA, folks? Germans. Again, Wernher von Braun, one of the most brilliant people ever. He invented the V2 rocket, but look at his tombstone, folks. Again, religion, it's a very controversial topic, right? Religion. Ugly Truth says New Zealand was a hoax stage to there's a lot of inconsistencies with New Zealand. I don't want to get too off the deep end. It's still very fresh, but yeah. The deep state is gay. Well, the great part about it is that we're aware of the deep state now. 2 years ago, if I would have said deep state, you would have said, "Oh, you're a fucking nut," right? Now, every single night on Sean Hannity, it's his opening monologue, and I just feel good about that part. Yeah, yeah, correct. 100 plus Christians die in crickets. 100%, brother. They're tearing down churches at record paces. It's just, life is weird. It seems you do the right thing, and if you believe in God in 2019, that it just blows my mind what they're doing. Do you know your blood type? Yes, I do. You feel free? I'm free. I am free. We have our challenges, right? Because we allegedly, if you're in America, we still have free speech, but these major platforms, these are not government-run platforms. So in reality, they can do what they want, and they can, they can shut people down. They can do this. That doesn't make it right, but it's not like it's the U.S. government that's that's doing it. Good for better us. Yeah, I'm very disappointed with Fox News. Very, very disappointed what they just did, who they just hired. Very, very disappointed with Fox. That being said, I will still support Sean Hannity and Tucker Carlson, and that's it. That's it. I'm done. I'm done with Fox, but I do like Tucker Carlson. We are woke. Power to the people. I am. You live. I live free or die. I am still free. They could take me away, kicking and screaming. Yeah, Miss Liberty, you know what's up. Uh, still Susie. Yeah, Susie. Still the same. I was with him probably like 5 hours ago. Um, he doesn't know what the hell is wrong with him. It's like Kemlung. Gary says, "Can anyone tell us the purpose of life?" What's the purpose of life, Gary? I just know that I don't live on a ball. That's all I got to say about that. Ugly Truth, Fox News or all Zionist Jews? Ugly Truth said that. And that's the thing, guys. Ugly Truth, you have to understand they're a corporation. Tucker Carlson, he was on a few, like a few. He got interviewed by a few people on YouTube, and he even mentioned that actually. He can't stay. It's not like having your own show. If you have your own show, you could speak your mind, and if you get kicked off, get kicked off for speaking truth. But that's all we have. Seriously, out of all of mainstream, Fox is the only one. How do you know you don't live on the spear? Because I've never seen it before. I've never seen a spear besides CGI. That's why. I don't know what I live on, but I know I don't. Unless Earth is twice, 3 times the size that, they could be lying to us. But everything I see is flat. Again, I'm not like a flat earther, but I'm not a ball earther. I'm a critical thinker, so. But I can't debunk it. I tried. I went down that rabbit hole. C. Russ he's feeling good tonight. Most likely, it is flat. Just saying. You have to look at the whole picture. Like, one, there's zero curve. You have two, how the planes fly, right? Rockets, money's not an issue anymore. They try to say money is an issue, but Trump increased their budget. NASA's budget is the highest it's ever been, ever. Trump said, "Listen, I wanted to go back to the moon," and NASA denied that request. Why? Because we can't. The moon, guys, I don't have all the answers. I enjoy it just like you guys. The moon I find fascinating because I feel I don't know. I changed my mind a few times about the moon, but I don't know what the moon is. The moon is very, very interesting, um, because it has an effect on us humans. During a full moon, that's when people, if you're a police officer, that's when the most violent attacks happen, domestics. So the moon's, I don't know, is I don't know what Gary says. Is space real? What is space? Seriously, what is space? Sometimes they say it starts here. Other you go on a different site, they say it starts here. You know, I don't know what space is. And then they say all planets are round. Even if you are a flat, if you are a flat earther, the Earth could still be round. Take a pizza, and you lay it down. Yeah, it's round. So I'm not ignorant. I'm open minded. So I just went through some comments, and people think I'm like a diehard flat earther. I'm open minded, folks. I love discussion, a debate, because I don't have the answers, like I said, but there's zero curvature. Zero. Ugly Truth, bro, I made a vid on the hoax in New Zealand. No shit. It's still up. I'll check it out. They're cracking down like no other. I'll definitely check it out. In order for you to believe the Earth is flat, you have to believe that millions of people have been lying to billions of. Okay, Mike says, in order for you to believe that the Earth is flat, you have to believe that millions of people have been lying to billions of people. That's false. How many people have ever been to space, Mike? How many people have ever been to space? And I'm not saying that all of NASA lies. You're like, even I'm waiting for Mike's answer. It's a need to know basis, Mike. It's a need to know basis. Again, how many people have ever been to quote unquote space? Satellites, folks. Satellites are a lie as well. We do have satellites, but they're hung from a balloon. They are hung from a balloon. Religion. Gary says religion, but about the lies through the centuries. Well, just look at one time they thought the Earth was flat, and then at one time they said the Earth was round, and if you were a flat earther, you would get hung. Free Spirit says only NASA people. No, a selected few go to space. So everybody in the control room, I know somebody from NASA. They they're old, no longer work there. People in the control room, guys, they don't go to space. It's again, it's just like that. It's just like the military. It's a need to know basis. If you work for NASA, you have a job doing this. You have a job doing this. You have a job doing this. If you have to see everything, you're a little ignorant. Mike, if you have to see everything, you're a little ignorant. Well, Mike, I've been lied to my whole life about everything. About everything. Gulf of Tonkin, 9/11, JFK, MLK, geoengineering, fake news. Should I continue? That's life. Education system. Seriously. And you want me to believe a NASA? I've never seen your parents. Reality, not fiction. I think I'm at 100%. Thank you. Finally, it's taken a month. Thank you. Finally. I'm so sorry. All your name is nothing but bullshit. I am so sorry, but all you name is nothing but bullshit. Name me one thing that I said was bullshit. Ozzy. Ozzy. Name one thing that I said was bullshit. Again, I'm open minded. I'm not here telling you how the fucking earth is. You're the ignorant one. 9/11 thoughts. Again, I don't know who did 9/11. I don't. But it's planes didn't bring the building down. Building 7 at free fall speed at 5:20 p.m. Do your homework. If you believe 9/11, you're on the wrong channel. If you believe in the official narrative of 9/11, you know, with all due respect, this is the wrong channel. Yeah, is that see, Russ? Everything I just said. Education is a lie. Everything's propaganda, fake news, space. I'm not saying that there isn't space, that space does not exist, but it's not what we were taught. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Thank you, Miss Liberty. 9/11, where do I start? Someone, Gary said 9/11 thoughts. So I usually start with building number 7. I live pretty close to Shanksville, and zero airplane hit Shanksville. A missile hit the Pentagon. A missile hit the Pentagon. That's enough about 9/11, right? He'll come around. Johnny Cash. That's a good song. You could say whatever you want. This is free speech. What are you going to say, Ozzy? The world is a stage, and school is indoctrination. I love it. That's the truth. CERN. Woo, cry red. CERN is CERN is they don't know what they created with CERN. I'll put it that way. Seriously, the people who are trying to play God, and again, like I don't know what you guys believe in, but look at the Mandela effect. Is that because of CERN? China, they have. Wait until China cranks up their CERN. They make the CERN in Switzerland look like it's for preschoolers. Seriously, China's CERN is, I forget the name of it, but it's like 2/3, almost 3 times the size of the one that's Switzerland. China has one now. Correct. I feel CERN is evil because nothing that I've researched or you know nothing positive came from CERN from my research. Even like all their dances and like when they have these events, it's all it's all very dark stuff. Like the rituals, check it out. It's on YouTube. Like, it's very dark stuff. And again, I'm not a Bible thumper, folks. I believe in man upstairs, but it's very dark shit. Free spirit, life is a hologram. I believe life is a matrix. Um, Elon Musk, he believes that as well. I believe we definitely live in a matrix. Definitely live in a matrix. I mean, I haven't read one article, not one, anything positive from CERN. Everything I've read was negative. I mean, if somebody else in the chat room knows something that came out of CERN that's good, let me know, please. Science is it's a religion in 2019. Mikey Tyler, one theory I've heard was those of us who are awake and have family friends that got outraged over trying to show them simple shit like this guy. You hit the nail on the head, Mikey. You hit the nail on the head. Most of my family, they're sheep. They're sheep, or they're so, in the military, and they're so brainwashed. But I was brainwashed at one time. I admit it. It's not like I was always like the way I am. I came around, so I think you know when it's your time to become awake and not be ignorant to anything. That's why I say question everything. And as weird as it sounds, saying that we live on the Earth is flat, it sounds bizarre. I don't know if it is flat, but look into it. But it's funny. It's funny because, again, like I said, with most of my family, they they're they're not awake, but certain topics such as geoengineering, I've been I've been talking about that for probably like 8 years, and they're like, no, 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 no. But probably like four topics that I've been talking about that were conspiracy theories, they became true. So, um, that being said, my brother, he's kind of on the fence with certain things now, but you know, I just don't know how anybody had to wait until 2016 for the government to announce that we were getting sprayed. How you couldn't trust your own eyes. That blows my mind. Geoengineering. My family is waking up. Thank God. Cry red. That's good. They're afraid that red pill is going to kill them. I think they get butthurt. Seriously. And again, guys, I talk about this is my backup channel. On my other channel, I talk about everything. Nothing gets people more butthurt than mentioning anything about the sun, the weather, or the planet. Those three topics are like the most controversial topics. You bring up a sun simulator, then that's when people kind of like, you're crazy. When the patent's out there for anyone to research. Germany's very open with theirs. People are addicted to that blue pill. What blue pill you speaking about, dude? Twilight, how are you? Have you ever feel like you were on another? Oh my God, 100% for spirit, 100%. I do. I feel like I'm in the Matrix sometimes. Crazy. Cry Red. Who here believes in HARP controlling the weather? And it's all fact. Cry Red. It's fact. HARP is old. HARP is old news. It's a fact. Dr. Michio Kaku, one of the top physicists. He's still on the government's payroll, but in a lot of there's a lot of clips on YouTube of him speaking, and some of his videos he has a slip of the tongue, and he actually speaks truth. My family does not believe me, and everything I say is bullshit. It's very, a lot of people, if you're awake, folks, take this advice. If you're awake, and now we're having a conversation about CERN, HARP, if I say this shit to my family, they're like, they never heard of any of this shit. So you guys are awake. Start, for people who are on the fence, just have a discussion about the moon. If people believe that the moon landing was fake, then we have hope. But just don't go geoengineering the sun. It's overwhelming for anybody. Seriously. Start off with the moon landings and explain to them how the moon landing tapes were lost, and start off with the moon landings. It's not a race. It's a marathon. Ease your way in, because it's intimidating, the truth, for a lot of people. Not asleep, down the rabbit hole. Thanks for your videos. I woke up because 911. Keep speaking truth. Appreciate that. Thank you. It's us or nothing, folks. Seriously, I work for you guys. I don't get paid by YouTube. I work for you guys. So it's us. More frugal. And some channels, guys, like I don't mention channels in my name unless I'm asked about a certain channel. But there's a lot of fear porn out there. A lot of fear porn. Very awake, put your family on. I'm afraid. Very, very awake, put your family on. I can let you know. I am Q. Cry Red says he is extreme but a nice guy. I'm not here to bash anybody. I don't watch any of my videos. I don't bash any channels. I'll say be careful, or you could ask me about a channel, but that's all. You guys are awake, you guys could like whatever you want. You are found you. You are found you. I don't know what that means. You are found you. Me too, free spirit. Yeah. You guys are adults. If something smells like, if it quacks like a duck, looks like a duck, might be a duck. There's a lot of great channels out there, though. There really are. I mean, and it's sad that a lot, we're all demonetized, and some people are very, very, some people stay with certain topics. Like my main channel, it's a mixture of technology, a little mixture of everything. Again, some channels are strictly one thing, and there are a lot. I mean, look what YouTube is. YouTube's a major threat to mainstream media. Look at Mark Dice. I'll use him as it. I'll bring him up. I love Mark Dice. That's one man who makes 5 videos a week in his kitchen, and he blows mainstream media away. One man with a laptop in his kitchen. Again, you don't have to be on the same page as Mark Dice, but that's how powerful these platforms are. Q followers have a cult mentally. I have nothing wrong with Q. But that being said, I'm not a Q channel. Even on my main channel, I talk a lot about like the military stuff that I did, stuff that I know, and stuff that I did for a living. But we have nothing to lose with Q. It's not like we have nothing to lose with Q. David Icke. Yeah. I watched lots of his stuff. Colts brainwashing. Q encourages independent thinking. 100%, C. Russ. 100%. Correct. A lot of people want some people who are awake, they want everything spoon fed, where Q is for everybody. It's a psyop, guys. And a lot of people don't understand that. They think it's just for good guys. The enemies, anyone could go on Q, guys. It's a psyop. Psychological warfare is very. I do MMA. I did MMA my whole life. When you get into somebody else's head, like psychological, like prior to like a match or something, that's huge. People make mistakes if you get somebody so angry, and that's what Q is: psychological warfare. The Great Awakening, Gary. Yes, Roger that. And it's, I'm an American. My country comes first, but it's a great awakening around the world. Look at France. Look at India, just had the largest protest in the history of the world. People are fed up with big government. Freedom. Not free anymore. Who are you kidding? I don't know where you live or what you're talking about, but yeah, our rights are being taken away. Every single day they are. The Spirit of the Lord is upon. Live, fear, die. Sheep will know more. And that's the thing. I got a couple videos coming out that are going to be on my main channel, and I got a couple videos that are pretty deep. So it's time to take care of yourself, folks. If you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anyone else. And again, this video, it's going to be out probably tomorrow, because today I've been having trouble uploading. But it's going to get bumpy. It's going to be very bumpy. Miss Liberty Adams, Trump is the best troll ever. Trump knows how to. Yeah, he is. Trump, psychological warfare. Trump is very, very good at that. Live, fear, die. I love that name. 45 caliber. Yeah, it's going to be on my main channel. And for all my Patrons, guys, I'm in the process of redoing the whole entire thing. A remodel. The whole purpose, we still have time, guys. Again, I don't know of any specific event, I don't give dates on my platforms, but I follow certain people like elites. Warren Buffett, he just put out a pretty alarming statement. There's a couple other um, ex Wall Street guys that still are tied in, and I see a financial collapse coming, folks. War is money. Remember that war is money, and what happened the day before 9/11? Who got on television? Donald Rumsfeld, right? How much money were we missing? Trillions with a T, right? And then no more worries. Wartime. Trump is the best stand-up. Trump, see Russ, 100% correct, brother. I could sometimes, yeah, just type in Trump. Yeah. Trump says some funny ass shit. He does some funny ass shit. Again, I don't know. Everyone's probably on different politics, but Trump says some funny ass shit, folks. Eisenhower warned of military-industrial complex. Yes, he did. Cry red. I wish it was a tiny bit more specific. If he was a little bit more specific in his speech, I think we wouldn't be in this jam that we are in now. I mean, rogue agencies got out of hand very quick. One starts with a C, the letter C, and they started doing things very, very quick. I mean, they kept Area 51 away from Eisenhower, and he threatened to send in the army because he wanted to know what the hell was going on out there. Very, very interesting stuff. Mark Dice, 2024. He says some funny. Mark Dice is funny. I like Mark. I can't believe that we are incapable of doing such a thing. Check out Blood Red Moon. Blood Red Moon channel. He's not missing money. You're spending it. There's shitloads of money missing. Tons of money missing. And that being said, with all the money missing, yeah, we do have a secret space program. Operation Solar Shield. It's not secret anymore. He rips people apart. And Mark does it good too. Like Mark does politics, but he does it in like a not like a depressing way. Mark, he's funny. 33 trillion over 10 years missing. Liberal tears. I wonder when Mark started his YouTube channel. That's all is critical thinking. How many people right now? There's a few names in this chat that you guys know that I recognize. Linda Howe, every Wednesday night she goes live, and a couple of the people in this chat room right now. I remember seeing some of these names. You guys know Linda Howe? Sierra says 10 years. Okay, no shit. So he's been around a while. It would be nice if Mark did more stuff on the street. I like that. I like going out in the street and like what he used to do back in the day. Gary says life after death. Whew, that's a deep one, Gary. I flip flopped on that topic a few times. there's a lot of new names in here. So I lost my mother to breast cancer a few years back. So I had a lot of time to, unless you lose a loved one, I mean, everyone wants to know what happened after you passed, right? But I had a lot of time to reflect and to read and watch documentaries, and I don't know. That's a tough one. I feel we are all beings of light, and our soul, some people call it consciousness. I feel that goes on forever. You can't take away anybody's consciousness. Um, that's what I believe, Gary. So when I feel when you pass, you go to a different dimension, and depending upon, this is deep, and this is just my opinion. Depending upon what you did here on Earth, everyone what are we here for? We're here for something. Um, if you did your part, then you go to the next dimension. My opinion, because you guys asked. Um, it's a deep subject, guys. Gary says correct. Yeah, because there's good and evil, as everyone's aware, right? So for like Hillary Clinton, for instance, I'll bring up Hillary. She's getting she get she's her whole she's a career criminal. Her father was she comes from her father was in the mob, um, and someday she will have to answer for her actions. It might not be in this life, most likely not. She's invincible on this dimension, on the third dimension. Even the FBI, she paid off the FBI, but she will have to answer for her actions. We've known deep state for 60 years. Correct, but that terminology wasn't really, they didn't really call it the deep state. Everyone knew that there's two entities, the shadow government and the deep state. They're two different entities. They have two different jobs to do. Everyone just, it's well known that, everyone says deep state, deep state. You don't really hear about the shadow government, but there's two. John McCain. John McCain was paid off. He was a red rhino, a fake Republican. That's why everyone loved him so much. The Bush families, AOC family has ties to the mob. Yes, AOC from the Bronx, not so much, right? Gary says, "What's your first memory?" Gary's going deep, as far back as you can go. Yeah, Donna, 100%. That's on my main channel. I hit 1.5 million views on that one video, what Donna just said, in 3.5 weeks because of his funeral. I had extensive surgery a while back on my private hospital room. I woke up in the middle of the night and a woman was sitting next to me reading my favorite childhood book, storybook. Damn, that's... Some people get freaked out about that. I love the paranormal stuff. I'm not into the paranormal. Like, I don't watch television or movies, but I'm in the woods a lot, and all different times, and I don't get freaked out by like stuff. At least my experience is it's all positive energy, I feel. But I also feel it's up to us. If you're afraid, then that carries over. If you're a positive person, like I'm positive, and I don't know, just my belief. How'd you feel, Pom Pom? Freaked out? Did you recognize the woman? You know, again, like I said, sometimes people get freaked out. Some people feel it could, you know, scroll up. Oh shit! I'm sorry, I missed your second one. Next AM, I asked the nurse staff who was in my room. They said no, but nurses no. And in that regard, Pom Pom, I don't know that situation, but from experience, I've been in many hospitals. Uh, a lot of times, people when they're on medication, um, over the past couple of years, I lost a lot of people in my family. But even prior to that, with my old job, I used to have to go to hospitals. And a lot of times when people are high on medications, they start to see stuff. I'm not saying that's your case, but very interesting. How'd you feel about that, Pom Pom? Yeah, sometimes people, again, like I said, like everything I see that's paranormal, I get I get a good feeling. Like I never feel like it's an evil entity. I never feel like I feel like it's either a loved one, whatever you want to call it, a guardian angel, spirit guide. I don't know. Many different titles out there. Twilight. My mom was hallucinating in the hospital once for meds. Yeah, a lot of people. That's why I said that. I didn't know Pom Pom's case, but that's I know a lot of people. Twilight. Right before my grandmother died, she she died 2 years just passed. Um, she swore she saw people crawling on the wall. Live or die. I grew up in an old haunted house in New England. New England. I've never I never missed living there. And and at the same time, live free or die. I have a family member who he moved. He lives by himself, and he moved because of some entity, and it's an older house, and like I said, I feel there's good entities and bad entities. Um, but at the same time, it's not always how you feel because I can't control, I guess, if a bad entity wants to come pay me a visit. But all my experiences have been positive. I totally believe 100%. You see something on medication, it's due to the medication eliminating yeah, Mikey. Yeah, like if you're on pain medication, on like either pain medication, um, just coming out of surgery. When I tried to speak, no words came out. Oh, that's crazy. I've had dreams like that. I've had dreams like that. I got the chills when he said that. Where you're paralyzed when you're in a dream and you can't move. That's freaky. Not. It's just weird, I guess. Um, Darlene says I lived in an old Victorian house. Wow. How how'd you feel about that, Darlene? And again, the reason we're talking about paranormal because I recognized a couple of you guys in the Linda House chat room, and I'm a fan of Linda Howe, and she goes live every Wednesday. Her YouTube channel is Earth Files. Earth Files. Um, if you do live in like an older house and just say an old person passed, I don't know. There's different what there's everyone there's different beliefs, but sage, you could tell them to leave. You could ask them a question. Are you a loved one? If you are, make a noise. And you get and all my experiences from like my visits, um, you get a different. You get I get like a different energy if it's like a loved one versus somebody that's not a loved one. This is just my experience. Twilight, did you hear the story about Simba the cat? Um, I did. Simba the cat is that's Linda's cat that passed, right? Yeah, I did. Yeah, Linda had a cat that passed. Simba the cat. That was an amazing story. Earth flies. No. Every Wednesday night she goes live, but you could check out her content. That's a great question, Cry Red, because I was just thinking that. Why does Cry Red says, why do some spirits remain here? Very good question. Everything that I've spoken to many mediums and psychics. They're two different entities, right? Um, the best way to describe that is if you die instantly, meaning car accident, dead, meaning car accident, dead, drowning, dead, gunshot, dead, instant death, you kind of do your thing. You go wherever you're going to go. But when it's a slower death, again, guys, I have books up there. I've read on this, and you guys could do your own research. As I always say, when it's a slower death, such as somebody dying from chemo or cancer, again, a peaceful death, you you linger, and sometimes you don't want to cross over right away. Um, yeah, that's very deep, but very very interesting question because I was thinking that. Live or die. I agree. I get the same feeling, especially when some close dies. Correct. Yeah, and trust me, same thing when I don't know what you guys do for a living, but I definitely feel that. Again, there's different names: guardian angel, a spirit guide. But if you're driving and someone tells you to either put a phone down or change lanes, and then you go a quarter mile down the road, and I had numerous things like that happen in my life, and I see that as it just wasn't my time to go. That's my belief. Very interesting, very deep topic. Jazz says, "I want what you're smoking. I don't smoke, so I'm on the natural high." Not asleep down the rabbit hole. I found some. Sorry, Twilight. Reality not fiction. What about the Flat Earth documentary? I saw it and was very disappointed. But that's what he does. He's young. He's in his 20s. He made it more like a comedy thing. The trailer was very serious. It seemed very serious, but the actual documentary, um, it was pretty much a joke. He works in Hollywood, with 18 million subscribers, his handlers would never let him speak freely if he still wants a job in Hollywood. Twilight Andrew, I had the link on his last live show, I believe. Cry Red says, can we help them? Everything you're talking about, people who are still here, who haven't crossed, who passed, but they haven't crossed over. And yes, you can. You got it. It sounds crazy, but trust me. Tell them that you tell tell them that it's okay. They got to leave. Trust me, sounds weird, sounds corny, but not everyone ever had this experience, guys. So I'm sure not every single person watching right now ever had any. Some of you might have had experiences, but unless Pom did Andrew leave, or is he in limbo? I stepped away for a moment. Yeah, no super chats. I'm demonetized. So if you enjoy the content, you can do PayPal or Patreon. I work for you guys, not for YouTube. And back to that topic, like, I live in an older house, and the house that I live in now, since we're on this topic, I might as well say it. The older gentleman, he passed away in this house, and he stuck around for a while. Like, the trash can, the lid would go down. You could hear the steps. Again, no one's here, but dog's right here next to me. And you just tell them respectfully, that you have to go. It's okay. It's okay to cross over. And it's not like a one-time thing. You might have to work at it, but I haven't heard anything since. And that's pretty deep subject that we're talking about. Mikey, my BFF, is an 8-month-old. He lived in. It's coming to me. And Mikey, speaking about children, they see a lot. I'm going to upload a video, since we're talking about. I'll upload it on this channel. I have a cousin who is a baby, and he was crying, and his mom was filming him. Again, guys, this topic, it's very, you're either on board with it or it sounds crazy to you, but I'll tell it anyway. And he's crying. He's full out crying. An orb comes in to the frame, and the baby sees the orb, and he reaches up and he tries to pinch it. And once he pinches it, he looks at his hands. I get chills. I'll upload that video. It's amazing. It's probably one of the best footage I've ever seen. And then he looks for it. Very amazing footage too. Nice and clear. Very, very clear. I saw a lot when I was 9 to 12 years clearly. Yeah, it's weird how children, prior to at a certain age, children, they're still on that fence where, again, I don't know, everybody believes in something different, but they could still connect with their past life. It's weird. I find it fascinating though. I love that type of stuff. And guys, the footage is amazing. It's crystal clear. I have my phone here. I know that the footage that I'm on now, it's not that clear, but this footage, I'll upload it for you guys. I will. Sparky, I love the paranormal discussion. Just not a fan of child ghosts. I'm the same way, dude. Like I'm not into Halloween. I don't like scary movies, but like the real paranormal, if they come to if I witness anything with my, if they come visit me, or if, um, I love that type of stuff. No, thank you, Pom Pom, because I forgot all about that. I got so much stuff on my plate. It's amazing footage too. It's absolutely amazing. Sometimes it might be, the footage might be grainy, or the camera wasn't right. I mean, you could see everything. You could see the orb come in, the child tries to grab it, the orb disappears. He looks for it under the blanket, and then you see the orb take off, and you see him looking at the orb. I don't think it's about disliking here. Gary says, I don't think it's about disliking here. Just talk. I don't know what that means, Gary. Darlene, there are two kids. Ghost family. That was me. And Darlene, did you have like experience like with like the trash? Did you hear them? Sometimes you could hear kids like playing upstairs, steps. Like if you have like older house, like the wooden steps. Did you have any experiences like that? Twilight. I like normal, not haunted environments. Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm the same way. Like I don't go looking for this stuff, but when it comes to me, I'm fine with it. Like I said, I don't watch. I'm not into scary movies. I don't go seeking it. But when it comes to me, I want to know what it is, and that's when I research it, and bare arms. Well, that confuses me because I have heard claims of people who were reincarnated, but I know people who have been attacked by people who have been demons death before. And that's another thing. I feel that we were all reincarnated. Um, no, I don't have the answers. That people did die. Again, I have plenty of books up there, and you can look it up. There's tons of documentaries, like doctors. There's one doctor who she was kayaking, and she drowned, and she left her body, and she everyone was doing CPR on her for about an hour, and she wrote a book about it. So um, amazing stuff. And again, you have to, as an individual, you have to be open minded, and you have to um, I don't know, it's just very, very controversial issue, especially being live on YouTube. I never met anybody. I didn't know who it was. I find it with your title. Thank you, Pom Pom. Arms. I know what you mean, brother. It's just yeah, bare arms. It is confusing. It is, but um, like I said, I lost I lost my mother. I lost my young my grandmother. She was very young. I lost my grandfather over the past couple of years, not including people who I've been in their presence when they passed, like friends. So I went down this rabbit hole deep, and again, nobody has the answers. We will all someday, but without being ignorant and being, doing your research and being open minded, And I definitely believe in reincarnation. I do too, 100%. It's amazing to me because people always ask, what's the reason for life? Why are we here? And then at the same time, like, what makes a person a super good mechanic, right? Like at a very young age, someone who was never, I'm talking about like middle school, how can they take an engine apart? And then you have your people who are like your like soldiers. Like, what would make somebody want to join the military rather than going to college? Like, we all have a purpose, and I feel with being reincarnated that that affects us in our previous life to a certain extent. Very, very interesting stuff, guys. Deep, 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 deep. Jazz says, I'm dead. Correct, correct. Just going through comments. A lot of you guys saying we are reincarnated. And that's the thing, like, in your previous life, in this life, you know, you might have not done the right thing, or, um, you know, war, right? Not, I don't know, just in your previous life, when you come back, I feel it's a lesson, and you learn from your mistakes. In each time you come back, and then once you're, you know, at that point, then you could actually go to the next level where you don't have to. I don't know. Very deep, guys. We never went this deep, but I enjoy it because I have experience with this stuff. Bare arms. I'm sorry. I think I might have some. I'm like, oh, 100% bare arms. 100%. I agree with that 100%. Consciousness is amazing to me. And like there's so many cameras out there now, like high definition cameras. Like I've seen dash cams of like police chases, and where the car, like, police chases, and where the car flipped a couple times and the person deceased, and on the dash cam high definition, you see like an orb, like their soul leaving their body. Pom pom, friggin' wild experience. I'll never forget it. Free spirit traveled to Mexico. Some beautiful parts of Mexico at the same time. Some very, very, very dangerous parts of Mexico. Jazz. So we look at our technology. So we come from stone. We come from. We 100% had, and this is just my belief. I'm reading comments. Some of them I missed. Not asleep. We definitely made contact. Just my opinion. I mean, going back to, I think, what, yesterday I brought him up. Nikola Tesla. He made he allegedly made contact. So that's one person. I definitely feel, going back to Eisenhower. What, a half hour ago we were talking about Eisenhower. Um, definitely made, Look at technology, folks. Look how technology went from like nothing to like everything. What's up, L? And guys, I've been filming. I know on my main channel, I don't put any sky phenomena. On this channel, I do, but I've been filming the heavens for a decade, like about nine to 10 years. I myself, I've captured so many objects, entities, crafts. Um, some I think are ours, 100%, and then at the same time, some I believe are entities, 100%. Gary, if you could be granted one wish, that's a good one. My one wish would be everybody healthy, no sickness, all healthy. Too much sickness going around, bad stuff, people dying too young. That would be my wish. No sickness. Um, I see some weird crafts above Boeing Airport. Yeah, we have. There's a channel called UFO File or UFO Seekers, and all his content is out in the desert, and he actually witnessed. I mean, he has all top notch technology from um, the best cameras to night vision. He captured the famous X craft. Um, it's pretty interesting because I have that footage. I captured a craft that's the shape of an X, and he has that on his site. So now I think that's ours. Cry, yeah, absolutely. Start filming, even if you think there's something in your house. Like if you feel like I don't know, you just have a feeling like if you're out by yourself, you feel somebody staring at you. I captured a UFO, that triangle craft that I uploaded about a month ago. It was like almost a full moon, and something told me to look up. And that's as soon as I look up, I see a triangle craft uh, right over top of the moon, and I captured like half of it, clear as day. Mikey, 1,000 more wishes. I amen to that one. Sparky, what's up, dude? Have you ever tried to record electronic voice or not? I have not, and to be honest with you, all my stories and experiences have been like energy orbs, never any noise. To be honest with you, so I've never. That's one thing I've never set up. Good question. Twilight, like newer show in history, Project Blue Book. Project Blue Book, or Project Blue Beam, never Blue Book. I only have a, I only have a Note 9 still. 100%, it will show. Yes. Most of my footage is all from Galaxy S9, S9 Plus, and also all my phones are Galaxies. Um, Even like 2 years ago, like the Galaxy 7, it's still pretty good footage. The best way for stuff like that, from my experience, is like a time lapse. I mean, you could capture, like you could just set up your camera, and if an orb happens to be there, you can capture a orb. But when you capture, like when you put have on the settings on the camera, put it on time lapse, and that's when I capture the most craziest stuff. Blue book about Dr. J. Allen Hynek. Oh, I gotcha. That's where I saw the hovering craft. I used to work at Fort Dix military base. I'm sure you guys probably heard of Fort Dix. It's a pretty big military base here in Jersey. And there's a famous story, you guys should look it up, where a craft not crashed, it landed at Fort Dix. It was like 02, 02. And a couple little guys got off running, and the MPs, I believe it was in the 70s or 80, early 80s, and they shot him. But that's a huge story. There's a couple documentaries about it on YouTube. Fort Dix. They changed it. It's Fort Dix Joint Base now. What did Bear Arms say? One night at liberty to go into detail, but we have some crazy stuff, or so I'm told. Oh my God, Bear Arms, our technology for the U.S. technology, you can't even at my old job, guys. I told you, I worked at the RTOC, the Real Time Tactical Operations Intelligence Center. Like when you're in, if the troops are at war, there's a computer room. It's called the TOC, and that's where I used to work. And our technology is, I mean, just look what we have as civilians. 50 years easily ahead of us. Easily. Contractor. What did Cry Red say? What state are you in, Cry Red? If you don't mind me asking. Nanu. Washington. All right. Anybody live in the like LA area listening right now? A lot of UFO activity in the Los Angeles area. A lot. At the same time, too, in Washington, I can't think of the name off the top. I can't think of it in Washington. A lot of activity up in Washington as well. El says a UFO landed Utah. Think about every single pilot. Like, you can't speak, even if you're in the military, you can't say you saw a UFO. Even if you're a commercial pilot, you can't say you see a UFO. You could call it in, and so you don't crash into the craft or whatever it is. But you don't talk about things like that. I'm going to end it a couple minutes. The pilot who flew Obama, the pilot. This isn't just any regular pilot. The pilot who flew the president of the United States for 8 years, he witnessed, and he's on record. You look him up on YouTube. Multiple UFOs. Canada in the house. A neighbor. Oregon coast. What's up, brother? My West Coast guys and girls. Near Navy base and Boeing. Boeing. They have. I always say, guys, look at just by aircraft wise, SR-71 Blackbird. This was 1950s technology. U-2 spy plane. The Concorde that ended in 2003. That was the last flight of the Concorde. Fly from the UK to New York in 2 hours. Like, why did they stop technology with aircraft? There has to be a reason. It's not money. I'm a true Jersey boy. What's up, John? Neighbor, or not neighbor? Jersey. All right, Patriots. Appreciate the chat. We had a very deep discussion, which I enjoy. Well, I know Jersey's small. It's like the size of Israel, but I classify Jersey in 3 parts: Central or South is like country, Central, and then North Jersey is like in New York. What part are you in, John? Just me says we have so many jet fighters. Oh my gosh! I mean, look at the helicopters that when we went after Bin Laden, right? They're secret helicopters that we never even knew existed. Burlington. All right, you're my neighbor. You are my neighbor. We might cross paths someday. Might see you in a Wawa. All right. Thank you to everyone. Appreciate that, guys. And I will see you on the next one. And I will upload that video of the amazing footage of that orb and the beautiful little child. All right, guys. Have a good night. Thanks. Proper 12. I wish I had it. I'm all out. Have a good night, Pom Pom, Mikey, Cry Red, Sparky, Free Spirit, Spectrum, Bear Arms, John. Yeah, I'm right on Delaware. All right, guys. Later. We the people.